Welcome back to this edition of Bearcat Chats. I'm Jacob Wilkins and excited to be joined by Jenna Moore and Mike Jeffers. Jenna is the Assistant Director of Fitness and Wellness for Campus Recreation, and Mike, most recently, was the Graduate Assistant for Facilities and Operations. We're talking about exercise. We're talking about fitness. I'm ready to go. Guys, thanks so much for joining me.
Of course, yeah.
Absolutely. Happy to be here.
Let's start with you. You guys have been working intently over the summer in certainly unique circumstances. And what all the students are wondering is, can I go to the gym once classes get going?
Yeah, that's the million-dollar question right now. So yes, absolutely. Starting on Wednesday, August 25th, the East Gym will open under the capacity that it can. So the building will open with the programs running that we can with the restrictions placed by the state. So that includes our Outdoor Pursuits office being open and running programming. The pool will be open. Open recreation will be available, again, under certain restrictions on the basketball courts. And then, of course, we are working diligently to get FitSpace and the fitness center, as well as our group fitness classes, up and running, and making sure that we pass the health inspection that we're going to be required to have by the county to get the green light to let people back in.
And what do you see as for the students saying, hey, what can I do, once I get to the gym? What do you see that looking like?
So the whole gym is open. The fitness center will be open. It'll just be limited in capacity. Well, the only thing that's really going to do is going to make everybody require to have a reservation before they come into the building so that we can control the population in here and make sure that we're meeting those guidelines. So whether you're coming into the pool, whether you're going to the courts, whether you're taking a group fitness class or coming into FitSpace, you will be able to make a reservation online using our software system and our app, and you'll be able to check in and either use the cardio side of the fitness center or the free weight side of the fitness center with your reservation. And again, beyond that, certain pieces of equipment you'll see have been moved around to allow social distancing. Sometimes we've had to, turn off every other piece of equipment or so just to make sure that people are maintaining that distance. So it looks a little different in here, but at the end of the day, you still can come in and get a great workout. In addition to all the wonderful outdoor facilities that we have on campus. So I don't want people to forget, first and foremost, if you can work out outside, that's going to be a great way and a great thing that they can do, especially with the wonderful campus that we have and the beautiful outdoor facilities that we have.
We're going to get back to that in a moment. Mike, you know how this operates from a facilities and logistics standpoint. How do you manage this? Because by nature, you're going to have, I would think, slots that fill up pretty quickly.
Yeah, we're hoping we don't get unbelievably swamped by the student population, even though we probably will. Like Jenna's been saying, though, we're going to have to make sure that people follow these reservations and restrictions that we have, and they got to be part of the operation too. Like, it's going to be part of the students' responsibility to not try to cheat the system and find their ways in, but to make sure they're following all the rules and protocols and listening to the staff that do have to follow all these rules.
Yeah, it seems like the theme here, Mike, is personal responsibility and planning ahead. You can't just say, well, I get out of this class, I am going to stop by the gym like you might in any other year. Tell me, Jenna, let's talk about outdoor exercises. I mean, it's hard to believe March, April, it was like, how are we going to do this for a month? I don't have my weights. And now I'm talking from experience because I need my workout. And for full disclosure, folks, and Jenna, we corresponded for that article back in the spring. I have used Jenna's Instagram page to find some workout ideas to do at my local park. What can we do, or what can students do? Let's say the gym's, filled up, or it's a beautiful day like today.
Yeah, so again, our campus is full of outdoor gyms. First and foremost, we have the nature preserve. So there are walking maps, there are trail maps for this entire campus. We have a lot of signage on campus that'll tell you how many steps you're going to get by walking from the East Gym to, say, the library. So there's a lot of outdoor opportunity there. We also have our great track and bleachers here down by the East Gym come down to the track. You can use the bleachers for a great outdoor workout. You can, if you have a little bit of equipment, some resistance bands, come on down. If you have your own TRX, you can strap it up to a tree out at the track, do some suspension training outdoors, do some laps around the track and really get a good workout in that way as well. Campus Recreation is planning a large variety of outdoor programming as well. So you're going to see a lot of free outdoor yoga classes, outdoor Zumba classes, all of that stuff that's going to be happening. So you just have to keep your eye on, be engaged and on the Campus Rec website for all those opportunities to, again, use the outdoor facilities that we have. Disc golf, we have the disc golf course right here. A lot of people don't know about that. It's hidden. The tennis courts are available and open. So lots of opportunity to be outside and find your fit.
And fortunately, timing wise, you're going to get at least those first couple of months, fingers crossed, where you're going to have comfortable weather. Let's talk, Mike, about club sports. Let's start with that and what the status of those are.
So we do have good news that club sports are going to be a thing this year. It's not going to look like it has typically looked in the past, but they are going to be a thing. We are going to be having these organizations get together and have kids be able to play the sports they want to play. We are letting almost every club sport participate, but the number of participants is going to change based on the facilities that they're practicing and whether they're outdoors or indoors. We are limiting people to keep all participants to like individually practiced things. So there's no games allowed or scrimmages allowed or any kind of practice activity that includes people getting within the 6 feet range. So we're hoping that the clubs are going to be able to still host their practices, have a good time, and let the kids participate, but it's just going to look differently in the way they can practice and play their sport.
So in being realistic, let's take football, for example, and you're not going to be pulling someone's flag, as we're sort of veering into intramurals as well with that.
Mm-hmm. So we do have, luckily we're having an intramural sport go on for 6-on-6 soccer. So we are allowing for some social distancing to be broke, but if that is going to be broke, people have to wear the mask. So like you're saying in your football instance, if they're going to be within that 6 foot range, they have to be wearing the appropriate protection.
Gotcha. Jenna, what are some ways that people, if they're not involved in club or intramural sports, what are ways that they can get their competitive juices flowing?
Yeah, so this has been, especially when we're in a time where everybody is, kind of apart, we're missing that competitiveness. So, early on in the pandemic, when everybody was under stay-at-home orders, I saw a lot of social media challenges going on, which I loved and certainly encouraged. So you want to tag me to do 10, 25 push-ups, on Instagram, I will happily do them. And then, you tag 10 friends. So little fitness challenges where you can do something and tag some friends is great. There's a lot of apps out there. If you have any type of fitness device, you can be friends and create communities with your, Fitbit friends or your Apple Watch friends or whatever kind of device you have. And you guys can do challenges with each other on there. There's a great app called Strava, which helps you with GPS coordinates, map your walks and your runs and your bikes and your hikes. And you can create a group in there. Our Outdoor Pursuits office utilizes that app all the time. And so you can create a group right in that app with your friends. And if they're not, doing their part of the challenge, you can kind of call them out and have a little friendly competition that way. So you can still stay competitive. There's virtual 5Ks, there's virtual Spartan races now. So there's a lot of virtual fitness events that you can get and participate in these days, which is also a great way to stay competitive.
And for full disclosure, you can tag me to do 25 push-ups, but I'll only do 10 because that's all I'm capable of.
We'll get you up to 25.
Oh, good. Just keep on tagging me, and eventually, we'll get up there. And Mike, you're not far removed from being an undergrad. You know how things can get stressful. This is such a unique and unprecedented time. How important is having that outlet in terms of physical health, in terms of going for a workout, going for a run, in maintaining your mental health?
I think it's essential for maintaining your mental health. Even getting outside, and even if it's a 20-minute walk in the morning, I think it just de-stresses us and gets us outside, gets you in some kind of different routine and gets your body moving, especially with the situations we're in now. And even if classes are held mostly online, you might wake up in the morning, get out of your bed, and get over right to your desk in the same side of your room. So we need to have some kind of opportunity for people to get out and get moving, because you don't want to be locked up in the same, not locked up, but stayed in the same spot for the whole time. So I think it's very essential to get out for a walk, maybe go out for a walk with your friends, be able to chat with them while you're walking. It's just better for yourself, and you're going to form connections and, I don't know, make your day better.
And it's accomplishing two things. Great point in terms of very easy if you're doing a majority of online classes to be stagnant, and it allows you to get that safe, socially distanced social stimulation.
And especially some people never know what to do, and they don't know what workout program to do. And so it might seem intimidating at first, but like Jenna was saying, we probably are going to be offering these classes outdoors that are Zumba classes or yoga classes. They're great to just get outside and have some kind of exercise done for the day.
And Jenna, there's a fluid situation. We're all managing it as it comes along. I imagine students, or where are the places that students can look to get updates, the links online, the resources to be aware of all that's going on?
Yeah, so of course, our campus recreation website is going to be your go-to in terms of what we're offering and what our hours are going to be and how you can participate. That is going to be constantly updated. So if you've checked today, you might want to check back tomorrow. Again, with the state mandates, we're getting new information. Things are changing all the time. And like you said, it's a fluid situation. So if numbers start to rise, things might get reeled back in. Or if things continue on the path that they're on and our numbers stay really good and people, wear their protective equipment, they stay socially distant, they follow all the rules, and our numbers stay really low, then we might have better, less restrictions and allow more people into our facilities and better access that way. So constantly, check the Campus Rec website, play.binghamton.edu. And again, those will be all the places. We'll also have events, like I said, posted on Be Engaged as well. So you'll be able to check both places for a listing of events.
With that as well, through the Campus Recreation webpage, you can find through Be Engaged all the club sport information too. Club sports are going to be hosting general interest meetings in the beginning of the semester. So if people are interested in these opportunities, they can find all the appropriate information on that webpage. And
same place for intramurals as well, Mike?
Yeah, that website will have all the links and little tabs that will link you to club sports, intramurals, or even like our main facility. We do have different intramurals planned. We're hoping to do, I believe, a badminton, pickleball, a cornhole league, and then the soccer. And then an exciting news is I believe we're doing esports for the first time, I think, ever that Binghamton has done it before. So that is definitely something to look forward to, and another addition to that whole mental health concept that we've been talking about.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
So you can play in a Madden tournament and things of that nature. So another way to be competitive. And, again, it may not be physically active, but it's still a way to connect with people. And as we said, with that mental piece, not everything has to be for your physical well-being. A lot of things right now are just for your mental well-being.
And Madden, I mean, it's a bonding experience. Everyone's in it together, and we all need that sense of community.
Yes.
So there's some Madden glitches. All right, that's a different episode. Jenna Moore, Mike Jeffers, thanks so much for all that you're doing, and really important work that you're doing. And I know the students appreciate it too. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, of course.
You're welcome.
Thank you.